welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Nicole and this video is to document my experience with Clomid and figuring out if I am going to be able to ovulate on 50 milligrams of Clomid. So today is cycle day 9 and I have been taking Clomid from cycle day 5 through cycle day 9. It'll be the last day I take my Clomid pill. And starting tomorrow, I am going to start testing for ovulation. I plan to use the easy at home ovulation test strips, and I am going to use the Clear Blue Advanced Digital Test. Those are the ones that have a circle that means that you're like low fertility. It gives you a flashing smiley face if your fertility is high, and then it gives you a peak. And that's a solid smiley face. So I have not had a good experience using them before, and I think it has a lot to do with the fact that my body doesn't naturally ovulate on its own, and that's why I have been prescribed Clomid. So I'm kind of hoping that they might work better for me this time around. But if not, I am going to keep taking the easy at home test strips because it's easier for me to see the gradual increase of the luteinizing hormone in those test strips. If you've never used either of these test strips before, as I take them, I will try my best to explain how they are working. Okay, so this is my Clomid. I'm going to show you guys what the pill looks like, just in case you're getting ready to take Clomid and you haven't seen it before. But it looks like this. Just a little pill. You can see it says Clomid. And this was prescribed by my OBGYN to help me ovulate. I have kind of talked about my fertility story in the previous video, and at the end of this video I will link a fertility playlist, so if you want to go back and watch my fertility story, kind of what has led me up to this point, I will have it linked at the end of this video. Alright you guys, I will see you tomorrow for my ovulation test. Okay guys, so today is cycle day 11. I did test for ovulation yesterday, and I can add a video so you guys can see, but they were negative. We were doing a lot of stuff yesterday, so I just kind of like hurried up and took them while I was getting ready. So that's why they're gonna be here. And let's test for ovulation on cycle day 11. So it was really negative yesterday. I'm guessing my ovulation tests are gonna be super negative today, but let's just see what happens. Also, my son is on like a screaming little thing this morning, so you might hear him yelling. I'm taking this every morning just because that's what it recommends for... Hey, I'm talking to people. That's what it recommends for your estrogen levels. It wants it taken every morning, and then if I get like a flashing smiley face, this is high fertility, I will take it more often. And then I'm also taking these easy at home. So I'm taking these like easy at home ovulation tests as well. I like these because they give really good line progressions. So I will take these every time I take the Clear Blue digitals, but I also will take these 3 times a day. So I like to take it in the morning, in the afternoon if I'm like nowhere near ovulation. But if I think that I am getting closer to ovulating, like if I have signs in my body or something, I will also take one midday. I know a lot of people recommend you take it between 10 and 3, like your second morning urine. But for me, I tend to always peak late in the afternoon, like between like 8 and like 12 o'clock at night, usually when I get my first peak. So I just recommend trying to test at different times if you're missing it. Like if you're testing the 10 to 3, like what people recommend, and you never are getting that big peak, try testing in the morning, try testing in the afternoon. Because I know if I take one of these tests super early in the morning and it's obviously positive, I peaked the night before and I just missed that peak. So for me to make myself feel better so that I know when I first get the peak, I take it 3 times a day if I think I'm getting close, or at least twice, in the morning and in the afternoon. So this is the Easy at Home. It is blank. Obviously I have not dipped it yet. So with these tests, you want to dip it until you see the dye start to rise. So that's what I'm gonna do. So you see now the dye is going across. So I'm just gonna lay it flat. Okay, so my camera just died, so I had to fix it. But I don't know if it caught it, but I'm just showing you guys these. When you insert the test stick, you just want the arrows to point towards each other. So you just snap that in there, and then you want to see the little like test stick on the screen. And then when you go to pull this off, this little cap off to dip it, make sure that you don't get an arrow code on the screen, because sometimes when you pull out the cap, the stick will come out, and then if you dip it like that, now your test is invalid and it's not going to work. So I just always recommend checking that little screen before you dip it. That way you don't waste a test strip. And then these are to dip for 15 seconds. And then I'm going to lay it flat and let it do its thinking. I do have to say, I am not a fan of the advanced digital clear blue ovulation test. Every time I try using them, they don't work for my cycles, and I just don't know if it's because I don't always ovulate on my own, and sometimes with the strips I can see myself like trying to ovulate, but then it doesn't actually happen, and then it goes back down. So I don't know if that's why I'm not getting like clearer results with the digital tests. I'm hoping, since I am taking Clomid this cycle, that maybe it will be more accurate. Okay, so I gave my son something to play with. Hopefully he's occupied for a second so I can show you guys these tests. But clear blue, blank circle, so low fertility. And then Easy at Home, pretty much done, and it's obviously very low. I do use the Premom app. If you're going to use the Easy at Home test, I would definitely get the Premom app. Not only is it a great place to keep pictures of your line progression where they aren't dried out, because when your tests start to dry out, they do change a little bit with the way they look. So if you take a picture of it with the app, you know what the result looked like, and you can compare it to the previous day of accurate tests, not past the time to read them. So it just gives you a little like picture, and take a picture of the test. So I'm going to scan my test. And it is super low. But yeah, it tells you like low, high, gives you a peak, that kind of thing. I don't 100% trust the numbers when it says low, high, or peak, just because I think it can be a little bit off based on like how the picture is taken. But I do like to be able to look at the lines. All right, you guys, I will see you tomorrow. Good morning, you guys. It is cycle day 12. I am going to hurry up and dip these tests to show you guys so I can get started with my day. I'll show you that one is going across. And then clear blue. So that's working. I'm still going to keep testing in the morning with first morning urine until I start to think ovulation's happening, but it's still 12 DPO, so I just don't think that's gonna happen right now. Once I get closer, I'll start testing 3 to 2 times a day, kind of depending on how it works out. So I'll be back to show you these tests once they load. So Clear Blue says it's negative. And Easy at Home looks pretty negative. So I'm gonna scan this and see what it gives me with my app. Cycle day 12. I'm not all that surprised. I don't know if I'll ovulate earlier on Clomid or later. If I ever do ovulate on my own, it is normally cycle day 21 that I ovulate. So, and this is what the inside looks like. Alright guys, I'll see you tomorrow. So my son is watching his show, so I'm going to hurry up and take these ovulation tests. So that one is going across, so I'll lay it here. See, good. So that one is thinking. So I'm gonna lay them right here and come back when they're done. Okay, so my tests are done loading. I don't know if I actually said this, but I am on cycle day 13. And there's another low ovulation. To me, this test is definitely getting darker. So I'm probably going to test midday to see how it looks, because I definitely think we're getting closer to ovulation. Let me scan it with my app and see what it says. So I'm probably going to test again in the middle of the day just to make sure if I am going to ovulate, I don't miss it. I don't trust these. I know a lot of people love these, but I just don't trust these. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. People have all these different reasons for what these tests look like, but okay, well, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hi guys, I just put my son in his playroom with some rice, so hopefully he is occupied for a second so that I can take these ovulation tests with you guys. I am going to dip Easy at Home and another of the Clear Blue Advanced Digital. And after I dip them, I'm going to talk to you guys about what happened last night. I am on cycle day 14 today. So I don't think you can see my sample over here. So let me just dip them. Okay, so that one's going across. And this one hasn't started blinking yet. Alright. Well, yesterday. Oh, wow. So you can tell this one's already starting to look positive, you guys. That's amazing. But yesterday I was feeling a lot of like bloatedness and kind of like crampy or like poking feeling. And in the morning when I took my test, I could tell it was starting to get a little bit darker and my tests tend to like gradually peak, but because I'm taking Clomid for the first time, I didn't know what would happen. I've never got a positive ovulation test this early in my cycle, so I'm like, is this crazy? I did not want to miss my peak, so I took a bunch of tests yesterday, and in the afternoon I took a test and it looked dark. Not positive, but it definitely like it was about to be. So I had a feeling this morning I would get a pretty positive ovulation test. I'm super excited because today is cycle day 14. So if I ovulate tomorrow, that's the earliest I've ever ovulated. I'm just super excited. I hope this means that Clomid is working and that I actually am going to ovulate, because it would be amazing. Because every chance you ovulate is a chance you can get pregnant and have a healthy baby. Okay, so this is a test from last night. I took it around 10:30, so it's dry. It's kind of hard to tell, but the test line is pretty dark. I think I'll add a photo into here for you guys so you guys can see what it actually looked like. And here's what it looks like. Here's what my tests I took this morning looks like so far. It's not quite done loading, but it's definitely positive. And oh my goodness, am I so excited. I'm gonna let it keep loading before I take a picture of it, because I don't like any pink to be in like the window still. I'll make sure it runs all the way through, and once it's done running all the way through, I take my picture, and then I'll let you guys see that. This test is still blinking, so hopefully this gives me a peak. Or maybe a flashing smiley face. It was been blank circles all this whole time I've been taking it, and everything I've seen is you're supposed to take these early in the morning so they can test your estrogen levels and your LH levels. Hi, did you come to join me? Mm-hmm. You're not supposed to be in there. What do you want? What do you need in there? Yeah? It's a peak! It kind of sucks that I didn't get like a flashing smiley face leading up to this, but at least I got a peak, because normally on these tests I do not get a peak. Oh, that's great. Super excited, you guys. Super excited. Do you know what this means, hey guy? Oh, it means I need help? I need some kind of help. Okay, let me show you guys what this looks like on the inside, and holy moly, look at how dark that line is. I know it's kind of like a controversial topic on whether or not you should like look at these lines or not, but, and honestly I don't know like if these are like accurate to read it this way, but that's a really dark first line. So if these are the same as regular ovulation tests, then this is definitely positive, and that matches the fact that it gives me a peak, which I'm gonna put this into my apps so that it will recognize today as my LH surge, which then tomorrow should be the day I ovulate, and the day after that would be 1DVO. I'm super excited, you guys, if you can't tell. Let me show you guys this ovulation test again so you guys can see how dark that line is. And I will scan it to see what it gives it. So I gave it a 1.34, which is considered high fertility using the Premum app for easy at home tests. I will continue to take these tests probably every time I can have a good hold the rest of today and even probably tomorrow morning with the easy at home test, because now you can't use this. Once you get a peak, you can't use these tests anymore. So I won't use any more of these. I'll save the rest of these for the rest of like a next cycle or something, but if I need another cycle. But I'll keep taking the easy at home test to see if the line gets any darker, and then I like to watch the line get lighter. If you look online about when you should take these tests, they tell you as soon as you get a peak to stop taking them. So if you don't want to take any more, go ahead, don't take any more. But for me, because I tend to get like a dark line and then it like comes right back down and it doesn't stay dark or it doesn't get super dark, which this is like a pretty good dark line for me. Like I don't necessarily get lines this dark. So I'm hopeful that this means I'm going to ovulate, but I would love to get a slightly darker line, because when I've gotten pregnant in the past, like with my son, let's look up my app for when I got pregnant with my son, and I can show you how dark the line was. Okay, so if I can show this, when I got pregnant with my son, these lines were super dark. Like the test line was way darker, and it gave it a 2.55 as my peak. So if I see another 2 point something on these easy at home tests, I will have more confidence that it's a good solid ovulation, because that's what I got with my son. So I think it's more of like a self-comfort thing. I don't think everyone has to do that, but when you've been trying to conceive for a long time, you have things that help make you feel better about your situation. And if doing that thing and spending a few cents per test to make me feel better is what I need to do, I'm gonna do it. So I may or may not, what are my kids doing over there? I may or may not keep adding these tests into this video. I'm not sure if you need to see the rest of these. Okay guys, so today is cycle day 21 and I just left my OB's office. I'm sitting in the parking lot right now actually, but I wanted to tell you guys I had my blood drawn. So they're gonna test my progesterone level to confirm if I did ovulate or not. So hopefully I get good results for that, since I'm not really sure like if I got the test done on the right day. I know they say cycle day 21, but it can depend on when you ovulated. And since I think I ovulated on cycle day 15, hopefully I have good results, but I'm not quite sure. So we'll see what they say. I will try to get back on here and show you guys what the results are and let you know if they confirmed ovulation. Hopefully it gets uploaded to my portal soon or than later, like hopefully within like tomorrow or whatever. The nurse did say to me that if they're not concerned, well, that's what she said. She said if they think you ovulated, they might not call you right away. They would just like call you if they think that you didn't ovulate and you need to up your dose or something. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I ovulate. Hopefully it's good. I might get my prescription for Clomid for next cycle just so I have it, because I don't want to like start my period and then try to hurry up and get the prescription. That might be a bad idea, because I only have so many days. So we'll see. All right, you guys, I will see you when I get my test results. Okay, you guys, I just wanted to hop on here really quick and let you guys know that I did get the results from my blood work back. Sorry, my dogs are being very extra right now. So I just wanted to share the results with you guys. So yesterday I had my blood drawn in the morning, and then this afternoon I just got my results back. And I think I'm gonna share like a photo here, because I want to like blank out some of my like personal information on here so you guys can't see what it says. but my progesterone came back at 16.80, which they give you like a breakdown of like what your progesterone levels could be depending on your phase. So I would be in the luteal phase, and that's within that range. And then my doctor specified in like the little thing saying that the results were high and that it was positive for ovulation. So based on my test results that I was taking my LH tests with you guys and my blood work, it looks like I did ovulate this cycle. So hopefully we have a little baby on the way. But stay tuned because I will be posting some live pregnancy tests, probably starting at 8 DPO, and I think I'll go until my cycle starts. So stay tuned, you guys, and I will see you when we start testing for pregnancy. Bye.